Hey everybody, Scott Shetler here at Extreme Performance Training Systems in Atlanta, Georgia. In this video, I just want to go over some of the different exercises that we use for grip strength development with our grapplers and combat athletes. Grip training is really important, particularly for the grappling disciplines. And one of the points that I want to emphasize is that we try to use the concept of training economy here. So we don't spend a lot of time doing a lot of isolation work for grip strength. Typically what we do is we look for ways to incorporate grip strength into some of the general exercises that we do. So what I want to do is demo some of the exercises that we utilize here in the training sessions. And basically the format that we do is we'll always look for some big compound exercise like some sort of row, some sort of pull up or pull down, where we're going to find a way to challenge the grip. But then usually at the end of the training session, for about the last 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes, I always have my combat athletes do a little bit of extra direct neck and grip work. So the point that I want to emphasize is that we don't make specialized grip training a priority, but it's something that we do utilize toward the end of the training session just as kind of a finisher as they're cooling down and winding up, just to make sure that we've gotten some grip work. But what we try to do is we try to get the big compound exercises like rows, pull-ups, and pull-downs, and we try to bring the grip into play during those at least once a week. And then at the end of the session, we'll utilize some more direct grip exercise. So typically what we do is we'll do some sort of pulling exercise during the workout, and we'll use a gi or a special gi style grip that we have on the cables, on the rows, on the pull-ups. And then at the end, we'll pick one, maybe two exercises just to finish the grip off at the end of the workout. I want to show you a bunch of the ones that we've been using lately. Again, typically we're going to either do a row or a pull-up during the main session, and then at the end of the workout we're going to finish with one or two of these direct grip exercises. So I just want to kind of demo each of them so you can see what we're using. And most of this stuff is stuff that you should have around the gym, so it should be pretty easy for you to incorporate some of these into your training if you're not already. Now for the main grip exercises, like I said, what we do is we tend to use gi, and we'll attach it to either the pull-up bar or to a bent over row bar so that we can actually hang on to the gi while we're doing pull-ups or we're doing rows. So while we're training the back, again, we're using that compound pulling exercise. While we're training the back, we're getting some direct grip work that's going to translate over to what these athletes need. So for the gi pull-ups, very simple, you just take the gi, throw it over a pull-up bar, and then just grab onto the lapel or the sleeves. Grip tight. And then just do your pull-ups like so. Another good option is to take the gi, set up a barbell row or a T-bar row, and just wrap the gi underneath the bar. And then you can do all kinds of bent rows just hanging onto the gi from the lapel again or the sleeves, just like so. Again, that's one way to utilize a gi for some of your more compound pulling exercises, rows, pull-ups, and such. Another thing that we're using is the flow grip attachment that our friend and training partner Ryan Ford from the Grappling Central podcast brought in. So what this is, it's a device that basically has gi sleeve material, and it's got a couple D-rings on it, so we can attach it to pulleys, like I have here on our pulley machine. You can also attach it to the lat pull down. You can attach it to a seated row. This is a great option if your athletes are not strong enough to do gi pull-ups. This is a great way to do some compound exercises. Maybe they do regular pull-ups and they finish up with a few sets of pull downs or rows, utilizing something like the flow grip on the pulley, where they can reduce the load to something that they can manage. So again, it's just a very simple device. Looks like a gi sleeve material with a ring that you can clip to a pulley, and then you just attach it, and you can do a variety of rows and pull downs while getting that direct grip work. Some of the other things that we've done, we've attached it to bands and we've pulled against bands. We've attached it to our sled, the upper body pulling, and we've done some rows and some different types of chopping motions as we're dragging our sled. So there's a lot of variety that you can get out of these grip training tools. So again, those are some of the more compound exercises, some of the vertical and horizontal pulling exercises that we do with either a gi or a gi style attachment on the pulleys. Like I said, at the end of the training session, we typically get into more direct grip exercises, And one of the things that we try to emphasize is static grip. You know, you've seen the COC grippers, which are great, the Captains of Crush grippers. I look at those as more of a tester. And the type of grip that these athletes need is usually more static. So we're going to do a lot of exercises that utilize pinch grip, fat grips, things where they have to hold for a period of time, static grip contraction, so that we're working grip endurance while we're building strength. Some of the favorites that we've been working lately, if you got hex dumbbells, hex dumbbell holds are awesome. Just pinch the head of a hex dumbbell on the smooth sides, and you can hold it for time. We usually hold a pair, and then we'll just time the hold. So hex dumbbell holds are awesome. Pinch gripping, if you've got plates that have smooth sides, you know, a lot of the newer plates are hammered and machined on both sides, so you can't really do these as well. But if you've got plates that are smooth on the outside, like the old York style barbell plates, you can put a pair of them together so it's smooth side out, and then focus on your pinch grip like so. So there's just a pair of 10s, smooth sides out, so I'm getting 20 pounds here, and I can just pinch and squeeze, hold for time. You just pass hand to hand. Again, just doing these we'll usually hold these for about 30 seconds, 45 seconds, 60 seconds. We just try to take time, personal records while we're doing these. Again, these are great ways to finish up a training session with a little bit more direct grip work. You can also do double pinch grips with heavier plates. You can take a pair of 45s. Again, if you got the smooth side plates, like the old York style ones, just pinch them together. And again, we'll hold these for time. So those are just some variations of some plate pinches. Another great thing to do is hub lifting. If you've got the old York style plates that have the wide flange, pinching from the hub, working static grip is another great exercise. If you don't have the York style plates, or if you do have some other grip tools, ironmind.com makes a hub lift, which is great, and it adds a little bit more versatility to your hub lift and your pinch gripping. This is a device you need a loading pin for, something that you can load plates onto, and then you just clip the hub lift onto the loading pin. Again, both these are available at ironmind.com. Ironmind's got a bunch of great grip training devices, and this allows you to work the hub lift if you don't have those wide flange old York style plates. Another great grip attachment from Ironmind that we use extensively is the Rolling Thunder. This is a fat handle revolving single arm deadlift grip, basically. So you pick it up, and the weights are going to pull toward the weak point in your grip, which is back here by the thumb, and you just got to squeeze the grip, you know, as you lift the weight off the ground. So this is a great variation. You can build up to really, really heavy weights on this, and again, you just need a loading pin where you can load the plates onto, and then you just deadlift the weight up. Again, that handle is going to revolve and pull the weight down toward the weak point in your grip right there at the thumb, and you just hold that for time. So those are usually the exercises that we're going to work at the end of a training session. So again, if you're a trainer, or if you're a combat athlete and you're looking for a way to really build up your grip, which is something you should really focus on, in my opinion, the two ways that we do it through training economy, where we're going to take a compound exercise like a pull-up, a pull-down, or a row, and we're going to find some way to attach a gi to the pull-up bar, to the barbell, or through the device like the Flow grip attachment that we have. We're able to clip into the cables or bands and use a variety of rep ranges there because of the potential overload that you have with the rows, with the pull-ups, and then with the pulley machines or the heavy bands. So we're training the lats, we're training the back, you know, we're training the biceps, the muscles in the arms, everything that's utilized in a pulling motion while getting that direct grip work through the gi or the Flow grip attachment. We usually work those into the regular training session. And then at the end of the training session, we always do some sort of finisher where we're working direct neck work and direct grip work just to kind of finish off the training session. And then we're going to focus more on the grip specific exercises, with the ones that I just demoed being some of our favorites, the various pinch grips, whether you're holding plates, whether you're holding hex dumbbells, or if you got some of the grip attachments, again, from ironmind.com. We like the hub lift, and we like the Rolling Thunder handle. But we'll utilize other forms of grip training tools, like sometimes we use the old school wrist rollers. We've got one that we made out of a thick PVC pipe where you just kind of roll the weight up. It's attached to a rope, and you just kind of rotate the PVC pipe in your hand, and it winds the rope up, raises the weight up, and then you reverse it and lower the weight down. That's kind of an old school grip exercise. And then sometimes we'll play with the grippers and things like that. Again, those are better testers, but you can squeeze them and hold them for time. The key with grip, that we focused on with our combative athletes is we want more of that static grip. So we want something that you're going to be able to hold and squeeze and really build strength and endurance in the muscles of the hand and wrist. Something that I think is important to mention too, hand health should not be overlooked. So some of the things that we like to do is you take a 5-gallon bucket, fill it with either dried rice or sand. It's a little bit harder with the sand because it's a little more finely packed, but you bury your hands in the sand or the rice, and then you just flex and extend your fingers for a period of time or repetitions. Really good for hand health. We're always doing things that focus on the finger and wrist flexors, but don't overlook the extensors. So by burying your hands in sand or dried rice, you can open and close your hands against that and get some resistance to work on the extensors. Another simple thing that you can do is ironmind.com again makes some great heavy bands that you can put around your fingertips and extend out, stretching the band that way, building the extensors of the fingers in the hand. An simple isometric exercise you do is just take an old 32-ounce mason jar, fill it with a little bit of sand or shot weight, put your hand inside the rim, push your fingers out into the lip of the jar and hold that for time. That's going to work the extensors isometrically. Or you could just take really heavy rubber bands, if you got them laying around your office or your desk, and just put those around your fingertips and work those extensors as well as different types of hand stretching. Make sure you're stretching the wrists on both sides, and then just doing things like wrist rolls, finger flexion and extension. Just basic joint mobility exercise is really important for hand health. So again, hand health cannot be overlooked, especially when you're doing a lot of direct grip work. The cool thing that we found about the grip training is even if we push the direct grip training really, really hard, the muscles of the hand tend to recover pretty quickly. I think maybe it's because they're smaller muscles, and the level of stress that you're accumulating through grip training really it's not like they're going to be super sore for days and days and days, like doing a super heavy set of squats or something like that. So you tend to recover pretty fast from grip training. But I definitely recommend, if you're not doing some sort of grip training and you're a combative athlete or you train combative athletes, definitely start building this into your training program. And like I said, just to reiterate, our 2 favorite ways are to use compound exercises and find a way to challenge the grip during rows, pull downs, pull ups, and other types of pulling compound exercises. And then at the end of the workout as a finisher, use something that's a little bit more for direct grip exercise. So some of the different pinch grips and things like that. And I think you'll start to see huge improvements in grip strength. You're going to start to see less fatigue during training and competition. And it's just one more tool that you can have in the toolbox for your combat athletes. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully this will inspire you to add some grip training to your program if you're not, or if you are using grip training, hopefully it showed you some different new ideas and new tips that you can incorporate into your training program right now. And if you've got any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below this video. If you've got any suggestions for future video topics, please leave those in the comment section below as well. And as always, stay strong and stay healthy.